Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir. How you good?
Good morning. What's up?
I'm good, and you?
I'm blessed, man. You can see
Good,
that
good.
pump in your highway.
Yeah, nice peace.
Ah. How things on your side? How things on your side?
Good. Just daily, every day. So yeah, anything up to you.
Wonderful. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Cheryl is on. All right. Good morning. Those of you who are on the live, welcome to the morning breakfast brew with Keeshon and Ian and Keeshon, whatever side you want to put it on. All right. But we are so excited to be with you. Those of you who are coming on, let us know what country you're coming in from, what part of Trinidad. All right. I want you to, a wonderful Crystal is on. I want you to also tag someone, text someone, invite someone. We are also live on Facebook, Ian Cummings on Facebook. So you can check us out this morning. We're going to be dealing with the art of negotiation. And we're going
Hmm.
to continue. I believe that's really discussion. Wonderful. Those of you who are on the last session, we thank you for the sharing and the input, all right, in part of this discussion. But we want to continue going down into this discussion. All right. So, Kishon, how your week was, sir? How your week was?
Hectic.
I think. All right. And folks, we also have we have our first morning breakfast brew workshop. All right, it's going to be on the 3rd of September in the community center in Diego Martin. All
Yeah,
right, I think it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. We were running a clip just now
yeah.
for you all. All right, and the link also to register, be part of this. We're gonna have open discussion. We're gonna have breakout session. It's gonna be really amazing because what we want to do coming out of this, we want to be structure what we call a mastermind group. All right, a mastermind group. We want to be able to put together for where like-minded entrepreneurs, business people come together to discuss, to share, and to really support each other going forward. All right, so coming out of that workshop, we want to put together a mastermind group. And I'm sure some of you, those of you are on, you're going to want to be part of this mastermind group, all right, where you have a place of support, all right, for advice and whatever support you want for your business, because we want to foster the whole growth process in terms of personal development. All
Yeah.
right. So as we continue with the session this morning, we pray and we hope that those of you are going to be blessed with this session that we're going to continue. All
Hmm.
right. So we wanna just probably do a kind of like piggyback from some of the thing that we shared. All right, the art of negotiation, right? And one of some of the takeaways from the last session, I think my takeaway was everything is negotiable and you get what you negotiate.
Yeah,
All right. And those of you into business, those of you probably you're working for a company, you're working for someone, and you want to increase your salary, and you want to know how to approach your supervisor, your boss. All right. Why should they give you a increase in salary? And you know, the long ago, folks may think that because of your service and because of your long years of service, you should get an increase, like you should,
yeah,
right? Which is kind of true, but really, that's not really truth in the sense of what value are you adding. So you have to be able to, when you approach your boss, your supervisor, your director, who you're working for, you must be able to show them why they need to increase your salary. All
yeah,
right, the value you are bringing, the input you are making, and what you can do and what you're going to do. All right. So when they see that, so you approach, even when you approaching for an increase in salary, there's a way to do it, there's a structure to do it. So the art of negotiation really help you negotiate with sales and businesses and all that stuff. All right. Okay. So we stopped. Remember these slides, these videos are up on the minding my business breakfast brew morning breakfast brew link on the YouTube, so you can just click on it, you can go back on it, and you can also get the information. All right, so we want to encourage those if you're on, share and tag someone, share your comment, your input, and all that stuff. All right, so we stopped on the last session where we were talking about the uh sale of labor, sale of products, and sale of
Mhm.
service,
Yeah.
because we all have something to sell.
Mhm.
All right. Good morning, that's we all have something to sell. All right. And the definition I basically give, all right, understanding the art of negotiation. I said to you that the steward is one who properly manages resources. All right. Because remember, you are entrusted with something.
Yeah.
You are a manager. So a steward is someone who manages resources entrusted to him to maximize their use, all right, to yield the highest possible return in quality, in quantity, in goods and services, all right. And as I said to you, anything is negotiable. So you have to sell a course is negotiable. You have to sell your a gold chain is negotiable. You have to negotiate your price. All right. Keeshon, just give me your take on this whole topic, please, before we go forward.
Well, I mean, definitely from where I sit as an entrepreneur, it's all about bringing value to the market. Even additional to raising or negotiating for salary, right, in the job place. From where I sit, if you want a raise, right, as an entrepreneur, you go out and you create it, and the way you create it is very similar to if you're working with a company. The only difference or distinction is that you deal directly with the market. So you go out and you sell something additional. You go out and you serve some people additional. So it's practically the same thing for an entrepreneur compared to an employee. The only difference is the person that you negotiate with is yourself. So yeah, just adding that there.
I don't know if I don't know if it's my internet sticking or yours, Keeshon.
I think I'm hearing it pretty clearly. I didn't see any stick.
All right, I was getting a stick on my side here.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
It just froze up just now.
sure. I was just adding that where I sit as an entrepreneur, it's pretty much the same for, getting an increase in value. And the only difference is as an entrepreneur, you go into the market and you sell something extra, you serve some extra people, and that ultimately will increase how much increase that you receive. And the person that you negotiate with is yourself rather than the employer. Yeah.
Mm, all
Yeah.
right. So it's a topic basically that is needed. I think going forward.
Yeah.
All right. So the negotiation now. Let's go into some of the stuff that we have to share this morning. All right. So I'm saying now negotiation is what we call it's the sensible method of process by which two or more parties can make a mutually profitable and beneficial exchange
Yeah.
of possession, ideas, to establish policy that defines the relationship. All right. Now, I want you just those of you probably you're Jonathan Dix, you want to listen to this again because this is really the whole the definition of negotiation. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Negotiation is the sensible method, all right, of process by which two or more parties can make a mutually profitable, beneficial exchange. So it's going to be profitable for the both parties. It's
Yeah.
an exchange of whether possession, ideas, so you can negotiate ideas also, all right, or establish policy that defines the relationship. All right, so that's basically a proper definition of negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the proper attitude is extremely important because we mentioned that your attitude in terms of is really important when it comes to negotiation.
Yeah.
So, and I said we stopped there last time. We said don't take the process personally. Okay, those of you probably could remember some that those points. Don't be afraid to say I pass.
Yeah.
All right, because nobody's holding you hostage, and you can't move when you in terms of your hurry to get some stuff. All right, and then be friendly and be courteous, and be flexible and attentive, because you want to be able to look for little the postures, little gestures. You have to be very very attentive. All right, now in the whole aspect of the art of negotiation, all right, you'll experience the favor and guidance. That is one of the things I mentioned also. All right, you'll experience favor and guidance. So if you look at, like, for me now, and I will tell you this,
Yeah.
and for the folks who are on, when we talk about negotiation, you can look at this too, Keeshon, from a biblical perspective, eh?
Right.
Yeah, right. Because there's some individuals in the Bible who really implement the art of negotiation.
Okay.
Okay, I know for some folks they might think, well, this is strange, right? But when you look at Abraham, Abraham's servant, you remember Abraham? That's for those of you familiar. Abraham in the Old Testament, when Abraham was old, he sent his servant to go and negotiate for Isaac to get a bride.
Okay.
Because Isaac, his son, had to marry they had to keep the marriage in the Israelite lineage there. All right. So he sent his servant to go and negotiate a bride for his son. All right. So his servant was able to negotiate in terms of the dowry, in terms of all that stuff. Then you can look at Solomon. Solomon negotiated, all right, and for the building supplies when he had to build the temple.
Yeah.
Okay. Moses negotiated with Hobart for his service as a travel guide when he was going through the wilderness negotiation. All right. So these things, Jacob negotiated with Laban. All right. Remember when Jacob went to Laban, it's a negotiation, although he gets outsmart. But if Jacob had do the art of negotiation, all right, and you know, Keeshon, when you get some time, read that with Jacob and Laban, you're gonna realize you're gonna learn a lot of things in negotiation.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Laban was on the money. Yeah, he took advantage. All right, and I know sometimes when people read that, they think it's a nice love story, but really Laban took advantage of Jacob.
Yeah.
Right, because he didn't know certain things. All right. So but for that deal to really come true, Jacob and Laban had to sit together to come to an agreement, and that's negotiation. All right. Then you have other kings in the Bible. So it's full of stuff in the Bible when it comes to negotiation. All right. Let's talk about some tools for effective negotiation. What are some of the tools you will need? All right. The first one you will need, and you're going to realize this for those of you in terms of personal development, the first thing you will need is understanding your goals.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got to understand your goals, because remember we talk a lot about setting goals, short-term, long-term. Understand your goals.
Yeah.
Then we said primary needs, secondary needs, and the best alternative. All right. So then we move into what we call, in the whole approach of the negotiation aspect of it, you have to be, there are some points I'm going to highlight when you sit to negotiate. Okay. Number one is assertiveness.
Right.
Okay. Assertiveness. So this is why goals, and you have to be sure of what it is you want. You have to know also the value of your product. So you have to do some homework. All right. Because if you don't know that, individuals can take advantage of you. So assertiveness, self-worth sufficient to make your desire known. That's one. Then we said listening skills.
Yeah.
All right. Which means now patience, and to paraphrase and ask for what? Confirmation. Ask for confirmation. Because remember, you cannot be in a hurry when you negotiated. Okay? Else you're gonna get some stuff that you will take away some stuff that you get a deal that you really didn't want. And it's after everything is signed and thing, then you realize, wait, I didn't want this. All right. All right. So listen, you want to be able to listen. All right. Listen to the fine prints. Read the fine prints. Listen. Okay. Paraphrase. Ask for confirmation. Don't be afraid to ask for confirmation when you sit at the negotiation table. All right. The next one, be sensitive to non-verbal communication.
Important.
Yeah. Posture, position that sends messages. All right. So the person posture, the position, when you say something, look at facial expression, look at you see Keeshon just the neck there now, what's going on there. All right. Be sensitive to verbal communication. Then confrontation and skills. Okay. This is the ability to communicate to others your position with passion and present possible solutions in question form.
Mm.
Let me run this again. Confrontation skills. This is number 4 in the art of negotiation. So the ability to communicate to others your position, all right, with passion and present possible solutions in question form. So when they ask you a question, you must be able to have these answers to the question, all right, and you must be able to structure things in question form.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called confrontation skills. No. Keisha, what I'm looking at, I'm looking at there are so much things that as an individual, an entrepreneur, or someone who is personal development need to know. Yes, so much things that you need to know. And if you don't know these things, you could be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
All right. And good steward consciousness. A steward consciousness. This is commitment to get maximize benefit out of the resources, all right, that you have been entrusted with into your hand, all right, to demonstrate that you can be trusted with more.
Yeah.
All right. Give me some feedback on some of these points I released it.
I mean, you're breaking it down for the average person, including myself. Is the first time I'm actually learning, I would say, negotiation skills like this, though. I would have learned it from the school of Hard Knocks, which is actually experience. So the most I could do is reiterate and say, in my negotiation for in all my deals, these are some critical points that is necessary. Knowing exactly what you want, being crystal clear when communicating, right? Of course, observing the other party and not just what coming out of their mouth, but as you say, non-verbal. I mean, just last week, I spoke to a business partner of mine, older gentleman, and I was having a conversation about his business partner, and I told him that in our conversation, which is his business partner, we were crystal clear with regard to what was communicated. And
Right.
he went on to tell me that most times there's some people that communicate, but they don't already communicate what they want. And I told him, very strange, because me being an entrepreneur for the last 10 years, I would assume that as a businessman, you're able to communicate exactly what you want out of things. And that wasn't the case. So from where I sat, I came out very clear, putting on the table exactly how things are and what is required. And he agreed. Just unfortunately, he had some hidden objectives that I guess he was unable to articulate for whatever reason. So,
Right.
I was having that third party conversation
Yeah.
with my business partner, his business partner. And he was like, Keeshon, sometimes not everybody have the ability to articulate what they really want out of the deal.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, sir, the truth is that's all I know to do because I've been doing this from ever since.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, just highlighting through a story. Yeah, I understand what you're saying through experience.
So you see the need for these skills to be learned.
Yeah.
All right. So folks, you're hearing it firsthand. All right. The need for this is what we call the art of negotiation.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody think that, oh, you don't need it, but the minute you sit, you're a student, you sit in school, all right, to negotiate all this aspect. So assertiveness, listening skills, sensitivity to non-verbal communication, then confrontation skills, all right, the ability to communicate. I think this is critical, Keeshon, the ability to communicate what it is you want.
Yeah.
Right? And you said something just now, assumption. All right, we know what that means. Please don't go into that. Don't assume anything. Be clear. All right, ask questions. Understand the person's position, your position, and when you present it, make sure that you're clear. Go over, rehearse your stuff. Okay, then good steward consciousness. That's the last one. All right, let's go into negotiation is the key. All right, understanding the process and tactics of negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what it's now. All right, understanding the process and the tactics of negotiation. Those of you who are on, please just share your comment, your views, what you think about this topic. All right, share your experience also in negotiation, whether for a house, whether for a vehicle, all right, whether for clothes, something. What just share your experience in your negotiation experience with us this morning. All right, so as we go forward, so let's discuss now understanding the process and the tactics of negotiation. Right, learn to recognize these tactics, please, and I want you to make sure to jot it down. Know what your opponent's objectives and hidden motives are, and know how to respond appropriately.
Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes people come to the table with hidden agendas.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And there are different tactics in approach with negotiation. So I'm coming to you with something. I'm negotiating with you, Keeshon, but also you are negotiating with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So two negotiators are sitting at the table, and both of us want the best deal out of it, the best to come out best. All right. So let's look at some of the process, the tactics of negotiation. The first one is the salami tactic. Salami tactic. All right. This is working through points objectively, one at a time. All right. Always keep track of your conscious of the, keep also track of the process as you're going forth. So you have a trail, step 1, step 2. Keep track of your points. All right. So this is the salami tactic, working through points objectively, one at a time. So which means now you're preparing your negotiation. All right.
Yeah.
Prepare what you're going to say, what you want. You have to know what you want out of it. All right. What you want to leave the table with, how you're going to present, which aspect first, second, third. All right. Don't just walk into a negotiation, all right, like just stumble into it.
Yeah.
There's some things you will stumble into. Don't just stumble in. Go prepare. Do your homework. Do your homework. Know the value. If you're selling something, know the value of it. All right. And once you know the value of what you have, you're not going to take anything for it.
Correct.
Okay. It's going to be coming involved. It's going to fall in that value level based on the value of yourself, the value of the product, the value of what you have. All right. Then so that's the salami tactic. Then the number 2 is the red herring. The red herring.
My knees.
Yeah. This is something. All right. And this is an unimportant what that is played up. All right, but will be used as a giveaway lesser for what you want. Which this one basically is is a bait and catch kind of stuff with this one. All right, an unimportant one that is played up. All right, but will be used as a giveaway. All right, to forfeit the lesser one. Yeah. So it's a kind of bait and catch kind of concept with this one. All right, then you have the feint. All right, this is the deceptive tactics where the opponent is made to believe one thing is desired when in actually another thing is being pursued. Be cautious of this.
Yeah.
So this is the feint. They call it the feint. So they put one thing, and you may think this is what they want, but this is not what they want. It's really what is coming up behind. All right, and you see this most of the time. This is the deceptive tactic where the opponent is made to believe one thing is desired when actually another thing is being pursued. and you have to look for that. Okay, so you might hear this, and you will say, but no, it's really the second one behind that is what they really want. So, for instance, somebody say, okay, really, and you hear this one a lot, Keeshon, 100,000, but really they want 75.
Yeah.
All right. So, which means now that don't ever accept the first offer. All right. This is why I said to individuals, everything is negotiable. So when somebody come to me and say, well, what they offer you? I say, what did they offer you? And they call the price. I said, did you take it? The first price? He said, yes, because I really wanted it. All right. And this is what I'm saying. When you're going at the negotiating table, don't go desperate.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's always a bait and catch kind of procedure, because they give you one because they know in their mind that the customer, the person will try to break them down. So you always call a price that is way ahead. Okay, so really you want 75,000. Okay, but you say, okay, let's straight out 100,000. The person might, if the person is not experienced, they will take it because they're desperate.
Yeah.
Okay, and they say, no, what about? And they say, what about 95? What about 90? You understand? You say, keep coming up. All right, but look how far from 75. 100. That is 25 ahead. So you have 25 to play with.
Yeah.
Okay, but you really want 75.
75.
Right. Okay, so look out for that. This is the deceptive tactic where the opponent is made to believe one thing is desired when actually another thing is being pursued. All right, that's one. This is why you have to negotiate. All right, you have, because you might find yourself paying too much for something. Okay, going over above. This is, let me give you number 4 here. Number 4 is what we call the good guy, bad guy. The good guy, bad guy. All right, good guy, bad guy. All right, this strategy is designed to posture the negotiator as a good guy and the one he works for as the unyielding one.
Okay.
All right, so this is you'll find this one also a lot. All right, good guy, bad guy. All right. The next one, number 5, is what you call the third party heavy. All right. This strategy blames the unwillingness, all right, for a position of a third party not at the table. Let me explain this one.
Yeah, processing.
Yeah, right. So you're coming to the table, all right, but you're coming selling, but you're presenting like if not a second party but a third party.
Understood.
So in this one, you will always say, I will get back at you.
The supplier cost
Right.
on.
That's it. Okay. But again, this is why Keeshon, and for those of you listening, you cannot be hurried. You cannot be hurried.
Yeah.
Most people, when they are hurried at the negotiation table, they get a lot of stuff that, I mean, sometimes they pay overpriced for stuff and all kind of thing. They pay too much for stuff, or sometimes you get things that you don't even want. Okay, because you're hurried. And most negotiators, when you come at the table and they hear your language and they look at your posture again. This is what we talk about. You look desperate. You look like you look needy. You look, yes, all right, and you're not even clear. All right, let's see what is saying. All right. Clarity in communication, verbal as well as non-verbal, is important. That's it. That's so much. All right. Okay. So, folks, these are just some. let me give you this one. I just sharing some of the things, folks. Remember, these are courses that we do in the mentoring process, right? So I'm just giving you some points here. You have the missing man.
Missing man.
Yeah. Strategy where the negotiator simply collects information to give to another. I am very interested, but I need to talk to so and so. All right. So you as a negotiator could also implement this missing man concept.
Yeah.
All right. Really use the man, but there's a missing man. All right. So I hear what you say, but I have to talk to so and so. I have to talk to somebody else. And you see that a lot sometimes when you go into companies. Sometimes you're talking to the director, the manager, the person who have to make the decision, but they make you feel they have to talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
All right. most of the times individuals who have companies and they like for instance they do most of the stuff. They operate like this. They use this one
Correct.
because they never let the opponents or the other side of the table know that they're the only one doing everything. So when you come to the table, you make them feel like you have an assistant manager, a director, and all everybody. So you have to get back. Really, the person you get back to is yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Then the next one is what you call it the poverty plead.
Real tactics, right?
Poverty plead. The negotiator purposefully present himself as the disadvantaged one in order to take advantage of you. All right? All right. In other words, they say, I really want this, but I just don't have the money now.
Yeah.
All right? I really want it. And now, because you want to get it off, you say, okay, take it for so and so.
Yeah.
And the person will say again, yes, but I don't have all this money now. And the price keep dropping. Why? Because one party want to get it off the hand, one party want to use the poverty plead to get it.
Yeah.
So everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiation. You know what I realized with this Keeshon, sometimes individuals negotiate, but they don't even know the negotiation.
Yeah, it's a kind of inherent skill,
Mm.
based on the objective. Yeah, sure.
All right. All right, let me give you an next one. Let me say what the folks are saying there. Clarity is communication, right? That's what Arlen says. These negotiation tactics can even be used in relationships. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because if you go back to the definition I give for negotiation, you're going to realize it's also true in relationship. You can implement these stuff. All right. Hear this one. This one is fame and fortune. Fame and fortune. Strategy to take the focus off the fact, right? And cloud the issue. Take the focus off the facts and cloud the issue with emotions. All right. So you will look so good in this car. Your friends will really admire you now. You really deserve to do this. Sales people who sell cars and sell stuff, they use this one.
Yeah.
Fame and fortune. All right? Because they tell you, and the minute they say that, you begin to see yourself in the car. All right. Next, this one. Let me drop this one here. Warning of bad publicity. All right. This is a subtle blackmail tactic.
Yeah.
It is a threat to your good name with bad press.
Yeah.
So this is the next one. They have one called the takeaway. The takeaway.
Takeaway.
Yeah. Common strategy to bluff a desperate, unyielding person into submission. This deal is only good today. So this is a bluff.
Yeah.
All right, and some of you are all you're listening this morning. All right, remember we're not getting in depth into all of these. I'm just giving you a highlight and some of the tactics. And some of you hearing it and you'll realize, hey, somebody tried to use this on me. Somebody did this already. Especially this takeaway. All right, this is the bluff, desperate yielding person into submission. So somebody desperate, and they're yielding into submission because you're desperate. Okay, if you don't take this deal today, it's off.
It's all, yeah.
When you pass next week, not next day or the next week, the deal's still there.
Yeah, there are some companies that they only have sales around the year.
They have one called the assumption close.
Yeah.
This is a strategy to close the deal by submission and assuming certain things are in the deal.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's something else. All right. So I'm sharing these also to let individuals know that there is an art to negotiation.
Correct.
There's a skill to it. There are things that you have to know. And for those of you who have businesses, those of you, as I said before, either you're selling courses, you're selling you're selling a product, you're selling something, you're marketing, you're selling something. All right. These are integral things that you need to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to learn these because sometimes people themselves will play on you with these things. All right. Um, let's go into 5 unethical tactics. Unethical tactics. All right. All right. The first one is what you call the absolute precondition.
Absolute precondition.
Absolute precondition. This is basically a concealed precondition, all right, that is uncovered hidden costs.
Okay. All right.
All right. So you're not seeing it in the front, but it's hidden there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in order to get the full benefit, you must have this attachment to.
Yeah.
All right. But sometimes only, and this is also like if you don't read the fine prints. This is why they put so much fine prints, long. You ever go on to sign sometimes the fine prints there?
Yeah.
And if you really go to read that, it will take about almost 4 hours, half day to read all that fine prints. A majority of individuals don't do it.
Correct.
All right. Why? Because that's the whole strategy in it, Keeshon. We're gonna put it fine and we're gonna put it long. All right. Because most of the time people are desperate to sign. Let's get it over with. Hey, we don't agree already. Okay, all right, bam. All right. And only when something happened, guess what I say? Did you read the what?
Fine print.
The fine prints. Employees always use the bad press tactic by telling people it's better to resign rather than to, you see, so much awesome comment there. All right. What is it? Concealed precondition that is uncovered, hidden. All right. Then you have the scare and fear tactic.
Scare and fear.
Yeah, scare and fear tactic is normally a bluff and walk away kind of tactic. All right. And remember these, as I said before, these are dirty and unethical tactics. So you don't want to try, you don't want to use these. All right. Then you have lowballing. Lowballing is deliberate misleading with no intention of making a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Follow through only attempt to get foot into the door. All right. And all these things, if you don't know it, you could be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
All right. Then you have what you call escalation. All right. This is the last moment of extra consciousness, forced into the deal, negotiation after the fact. So you've been forced into the deal after the fact.
Okay.
Right?
How does it work?
Well, this is when you sit at the table. Listen to this. You sit at the table to negotiate, and then you realize, listen to me, this is not what you want.
Right.
Right? But then this is what you have to take. So they present it to you, all right, in terms of like if you really, they present it like with everything you want.
Yeah.
But when you get closer in, you realize it's not what you want. But then you realize now that this is what you will have to take. Because it comes with some good stuff. It comes with some bad. It's a whole. They put this one is a mix in a package. It's really, really packaged.
Yeah.
And folks, for some folks, they may think that all this stuff. But I'm telling you, when you sit at the table to deal to handle big stuff, you'll realize how important these negotiation skills are.
Yeah.
People are trained in these areas to have these discussions. They call them negotiators.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Even the top guys at the company don't even sit at these meetings in a sense. They're sending their negotiator.
Yeah.
All right. And you remember the movie Negotiator when the hostage? All right. All right. I say,
I can't remember the movie now.
No, that is on one of them detective movies and thing.
Okay.
When You know them guys when they go on top of the building to jump off, and they're saying a negotiator to talk them.
Right,
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 yeah,
right. Saying a negotiator, they go and talk to the individual, to plead with them, to get them. And if you look at that, they're telling the person all kind of stuff. Just the person could change their mind to come down. When they
yeah,
come down, realize everything was a bluff. But they had to negotiate with the person. All right. And people are literally trained for that negotiation. All right. So this is it, folks, with the art of negotiation. What are some of your takeaways in this too? Because we did this Wednesday, we did this today. All right. Because what these tactics does, it causes you to be aware of the different tactics others may use to gain advantage of you, all right, in the negotiation process.
yeah,
All right, everything is negotiable. Knowledge again, wisdom, knowledge. People could take advantage of you. You have a piece of land to sell, you have something to sell. All right, if you're not a good negotiator, send for the negotiators. In other words, let them talk on your behalf.
yeah,
I think sometimes lawyers operate as negotiators
correct,
in cases too, because they have the knowledge and they have the skill set to
yeah,
talk on your behalf. All right. Don't be afraid to spend that money on a negotiator to talk on your behalf,
yeah, yeah,
because you could find yourself losing a lot. A wise person should study all these methods so that you can discern, all right, when they are being used and prepare the appropriate response. Because some of these things I mentioned here, majority of individuals don't know it.
yeah,
But when you hear some of the things we mentioned this morning, you realize, witness, someone did this. Oh yes, oh, that is what was happening. Because you didn't know. All right. So they need to learn, they need to get the wisdom, they need to understand. If you're into business, if you're into personal development, don't take it for granted. All right, that okay, you just listen to some stuff. No, read a book, take a course, get something, do it. All right, because I'm telling you, it's going to really, really help you. It's going to help build yourself, because you will never know when you need these gift sets and these skill sets.
yeah, yeah.
Forward. All right, read a book. All right, so Keeshon, I just want to run. Those of you who are on, we have the workshop coming up on the 3rd. All right, I just want to run it.
Sure.
For those of you. That's not. I'll move something. All right, folks. So mental toughness for entrepreneurs. All right. So this is a workshop, as I said before, our first workshop, the Morning Breakfast Brew. Myself and Keeshon, we're going to be doing this in the Diego Martin area. All right. It's going to be a Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. All right. The 3rd of September. We're going to be dealing with how to eliminate inferior thoughts. All right. How to grow yourself and how to build value in yourself. We're going to be having breakout sessions, open discussion. We're going to be in person, in the flesh in person. All right. We're not going to be on Zoom. All right. So you're going to totally get a different flow. All right. Keeshon, what is your take on this workshop we have coming up here?
I mean, I think it's mandatory for all my team members, definitely. And for all entrepreneurs out there that want to get to the next level, one, understand it's imperative that you face trials, storms, tribulations. And in order for you to get to the next level, you have to have the right mentality slash community to assist you forward. So, yeah, this is definitely needed. And the truth is, from where I sit, from where I stand, I am
Mhm.
of the opinion that most entrepreneurs don't fail. I am of the opinion most entrepreneurs quit.
Quit. Wow.
Yeah, because when you study the laws of success, we were taught to feel our way to success, understanding very well that failure is a part of the process.
Mhm.
So anytime you hear somebody that didn't have that wasn't successful in a specific area of entrepreneurship, my position is more than likely that person, they didn't fail, they quit.
They quit.
Because if you look around you, you're going to see that somebody else in the same profession, in the same field, is having success. And if they're
Mhm.
having success, then again, I'm of the opinion that the only thing that stopped the other person is they decided that the pressure was too much. They weren't
Mhm.
capable. They probably didn't have the capacity, which is all genuine reasons. So again, expanding your mental capacity to deal with trials, tribulations is mandatory as an entrepreneur. It
Mhm.
doesn't get better or bigger than mental toughness for entrepreneurship,
Wow.
because
Wow.
that's
Wow.
practically your pipelines, that's practically
Mhm.
your capacity to deal with pressure and function effectively in the midst of pressure and so forth.
Mm. And I think when it comes to entrepreneurs are really unique set of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I think they're set apart from basically from others who really work. And I'm going to explain that in the sense of um, because their goal is to do something that really matters, not
Yeah,
just to make money.
correct.
Right, and the entrepreneur goal is to do something that really matters, not just to make money. All
Yeah,
right, and these basically, these are your an entrepreneur basically as your innovators of industry. All right, so you find the uniqueness in them. All right, so we want to encourage those of you who are on, those of you who are listening this later on. All right, message me. The number is there, so you can get the link. All right, Monday we're gonna put a link up, but we have the link. All right, so that you can be part of this powerful workshop that we have. And I'm excited about this because literally, just to be in person, to have some breakout sessions, and to really get in depth into some of the things that we have been talking about on the platform, which is basically is kind of limited.
yeah,
When
yeah.
we get into the nitty-gritty of things and we get into some areas, you can really know how to implement some stuff. All right, so folks, mark the date, the 3rd of September, 5 p.m. Diego Martin Community Center,
I
mental
think it's
toughness.
6 p.m. now.
6 p.m. All right, okay,
Yeah,
I'll change it. 6 p.m. All
yeah.
right, mental toughness for entrepreneurs. All right, so you invite someone, tell someone the course is just 300 TT. All right,
Well,
so let's be part of this. So Keeshon, all right, I want to stop here. All right, those of you who are on this Friday, we are at the end of the work week. You could probably leave your comment, all right, for these two sessions that we have on the art of negotiation. Now, remember, what we did basically is just share snippets from an entire workshop. If we're going to teach on this, Keishon is going to take at least two sessions to teach on this, two in-person sessions
yeah,
for a couple hours. All right. But these are skill sets you'll realize that it is necessary. All
correct.
right, because you don't want people taking advantage of you when you sit at the negotiation table. And remember, if you don't have the skills to negotiate, hire a negotiator. All right, and it will cost you more. All right, folks, stay blessed. I remember I always say, don't ever stress. Have a blessed weekend. See you Monday, same place, same time.
Yes,
Kishan out.
sir.
All right.
Blessings. Have a good one.